as head coach with the Bears. Arizona won the toss, elected to receive. And this is David Johnson, 9 yards out of his own end zone. Out across the 20 to 25 and a 30. And Dave Johnson crosses midfield. He has the kicker to beat. And Johnson takes the opening kickoff for a touchdown. 108 yards for the rookie out of Northern Iowa, David Johnson. And how about that start for Arizona?
People expect you to stop. So maybe there's a little hold up by the receiving team, but he never really just hit the hole and exploded until he got to about the 25-yard line. He sifted his way through, which means one thing. The Arizona Cardinals blocking on this return was terrific, and David Johnson wasn't even touched, found the gap, and took it the distance.
Johnson touched the ball in his pro career last week. He had a 55-yard touchdown reception. And here he touches it as a kickoff returner. So in this day and age, a lot of teams, they win the toss, they defer to get the football in the second half. Bruce Arians says, give us the ball. One touch, one touchdown. Mariani brings it 5 yards out from his end zone. Across at 15 and loses his footing as he tries to cut it the other way. But a good return out to the 27-yard line. A calf injury during training camp throughout the whole preseason. And then tweaked a hamstring this week at practice. And they come out throwing the football. The backup tight end, Zach Miller. Second down, and that'll be enough to pick up a first down on the carry by Forte. Forte on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage on the far side of the field. Maybe picked up a yard. Cutler, lots of time, and again dumps it off to the tight end Miller. He is wrapped up by Peterson. The penalty flag is down.
Pass interference, offense, number 86. 10-yard penalty, replay, second down.
That's Miller who caught the football. We mentioned that behind the line of scrimmage now. He'll back up. Cutler out of the shotgun and fires. Back shoulder throw to Bennett, and Mentor will draw the flag in the secondary.
Pass interference. Defense, number 51. Spot the foul. Automatic. First down.
After the penalty on the Bears, that's a big penalty on Arizona to keep this drive alive. And off to the left side is Forte. The Arizona defense, knowing there's no Jeffrey. Is it Forte that you're watching pretty much morning, noon, and night throughout this entire game? Tony, I start with you. Last week, the Bears were very good on third down, converting 11 of 17. This one a third down and 8. And read perfectly by the Cardinal defense. That's Dayon Buchanan, who blew that thing up before it ever got started.
I'm impressed by their defense, the way they're running through the ball and they're tackling.
Here's a punt by Patrick O'Donnell. Patrick Peterson will let it bounce and batted back. Are they saying a touchback? Yes, a far side official said touchback. Not only 17 and 6 in those 23, but has won 14 of his last 16. And this is Chris Johnson who gets the start. His first is a Cardinal, replacing the injured Andre Ellington. Gain of 8 on Johnson's first carry. Why not give it to him again? Cuts it back up. It's enough for a first down to the 31.
Antro roll anchors the secondary from the safety position.
Over a strike up to the 45-yard line. And that will be another first down. That is Jerron Brown. Homer in winning 14 of his last 16 and 7 in a row. Nice Cardinal quarterback to win 7 straight games. We've got to go all the way back to Jim Hart. Pernell McPhee, a newcomer to that defense, comes in to make the tackle.
Likely to supply most of the pressure.
Blitz coming. Jermaine Gresham, the longtime Cincinnati Bengal tight end. They hand it off. Kerwin Williams active for the first time this season. And short of his first down by a yard.
Bears did a nice job of not just blowing up field and creating creases. Stayed in their lanes and sniffed out the run.
Ariani calling for the fair catch and does so at the 11-yard line. And injured that right hand during the game last week. They handed off to Forte, and he is slammed to the deck. Maybe a pickup of a yard. Tony?
I think we'll probably see more of Marcus Gold in the rookie.
Swinging out to Miller. Charles, I asked Tony the question.
Tight formations often and still try and get the bigger plays downfield out of them to fool Arizona.
Cutler steps up and dumps it off beautifully to Forte. Across the 40 and up to the 43-yard line. Cutler took a big hit, was looking for a flag. Rashad Johnson, the backup free safety, the one that delivered the hit on Cutler. Tony, being down there, were you surprised that wasn't an additional 15 yards? They'll be sending one back that'll be a lot heavier. Jaquiz Rogers able to slip through a couple of would-be tacklers. Third in the yard, they're going to throw it. Wide open is Joshua Bellamy. Touchdown, Chicago.
Holy moly, was he wide open.
When someone's this open in the NFL, it signifies only one thing. Just what you said, Tony, a blown coverage in the secondary by Arizona. Third and short. Chicago trying to pick up the first down. They end up getting a chunk play and a touchdown.
Point after coming up by Gold, and that is a game-tying extra point. 4 years bouncing around Kansas City, Washington practice squads, also with San Diego. Very short kick handled by Williams, and he'll slide down at the 34-yard line. 7-7 game, 3:16 to play in the opening quarter. Arizona football starting this possession from its own 35-yard line. Over to throw it on first down, chased by Jenkins and just throws it away. 2nd and 10. 2nd down, they hand it to Chris Johnson, and he picks up a yard. 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Cardinals. 3rd and 9. Great protection. And Palmer delivers right on the money to John Brown. No, he's out of bounds.
Got a red flag from the Arizona bench, guys.
They want to take a look at that
Arizona
catch, I would presume,
is
Tony.
challenging the rule of the field of an incomplete catch.
Looks like a catch to me.
See John Brown laying out for it. See him catch? And right there, look. His body has it. The only issue I would have is he's in bounds because the catch occurs. The issue is going to be, did he complete the process of the catch without the ball bobbling and hitting the ground?
After reviewing the play, it is a completed catch. The receiver got one knee and the elbow down inbound at the 46.5-yard line. It'll be Arizona's ball, 1st and 10 at that spot.
Into what they call their shot plays. Big plays that they want to get. They're in good field position to take one.
They throw it on first down. And Palmer lofting to Johnson and just slightly overthrows it.
Throughout the entire game.
Ellington injuring his knee last week. Looking for the big ball. And a flag comes down. Fuller in coverage of Brown.
Ball, but watch
Pass
Fuller.
interference. Defense, number 23. Spot of the foul, automatic. First
Naturally,
down.
the crowd at Soldier Field booing. There is zero debate about that call.
They're giving Carson Palmer to get the ball down the field that far.
And of course, impacts that group together a little bit. Johnson off the left side down to the 6-yard line. They brought in Mike Upati, the 3-time Pro Bowler, to be there. 2nd down, Palmer. What a beautiful call, and that is a touchdown to Jerron Brown.
The whole crew, but watch to the left of your screen. 13 in white. Jerron Brown fakes a block, spins inside, and then he has Jared Veldier, the left tackle, number 68, showing some nice agility, coming out and getting enough of a block.
Hampton 0. And it is just inside the right up. Ariani lets it pass through the back of the end zone. Jeremy Langford, the rookie out of Michigan State, checks into the game for the first time, and they put it in his hands. Nope, Cutler's going to keep it. How about that little read option from Mr. Cutler? And you brought up earlier, this guy is a very nimble runner. To Bellamy. And now a good run to pick up a first down, and this is Langford. He only had one carry last week. Charles, you saw this young man play at Michigan State. They played more offensive snaps as a running back last year than any other running back in the NFL, better than 90%. A penalty flag comes in. Boy, how about that for the Cardinals? It appeared as though the Bears were just going to let the clock run out in the opening quarter.
Defense, number 97. 5-yard penalty resulted in a first down.
That's Josh Morrow's second-year lineman out of Stanford. Week 1 in there for 90. They'd like to lessen that as the year goes by. And look at Cutler again. Fakes a handoff and slides very close to a first down. This time he puts it in the hands of Langford. Needed to get to the 49, and he's very close to doing so on a second down run, wrapped up by Campbell. First down. And the carry once more by the rookie Langford. Cutler slips a tackle. Gets lost behind the big fella Bushrod, and he fumbles the football. Ooh. Is it recovered by Arizona?
Looked like it went out of bounds.
I think he was saying he was out there, and that's where he called it dead.
He got the runner fumbled the ball forward and was touched by out of bounds by an Arizona player. Therefore, we bring the ball back to the spot of the fumble. Third down.
Nice explanation there by Jerome Boger.
Got away with the face mask there, too.
Sure did.
Yes. Well, you see the ball popping free. There's a face mask that was missed. Ball popped free. But as they described, see his feet are out of bounds, and he doesn't have control. Okafor doesn't as he tries to recover the football. Chicago keeps it.
This time, Cutler hangs onto it and throws. And the pass is caught by Eddie Royal.
Able to reestablish their connection in Chicago.
Langford trying to pick up the first down. Very close. Tripped up by Buchanan. We check in back in Los Angeles, game break time.
Minnesota ready to go today.
And once more, it's a rookie Langford. He's getting a lot of playing time here in the opening half today. And that'll be a gain of 3 on first down for Jeremy Langford. 4-man rush. Cutler, great protection, finds Bennett. Trying to muscle his way into the end zone and denied by about a foot by Jefferson. They bring in an extra tight end, an additional offensive lineman, and they give it to Langford, his first career touchdown. How about that drive? Almost the entire drive with Langford in the backfield rather than Matt Forte.
It's hard to do when you've got him standing on the sidelines. You want him in the game. But Adam Gase and his staff have stuck with it, and they've done an excellent job of game planning today. No big stretch guy downfield in Alshon Jeffrey. Well executed drive by Chicago.
10 minutes still to play in the opening half, and a good first time it's really felt like an early autumn Sunday in the heartland of America. And Johnson will catch this one out through the back of the end zone.
Larry Fitzgerald hadn't caught a ball yet.
First down good is to David Johnson. He's stuck at the line of scrimmage.
Seems to respond when he's in the lineup.
Blitz coming. Palmer gets it away, and that is a first down catch up to the 34-yard line. As Palmer coming all the way back from a pair of injuries, which shortened his season last year. Nobody debates that throwing arm, however. That is a missile into the hands of Michael Floyd. There are penalty flags all over the field. And this one may be on Floyd. He may have pushed off to get open.
Offense, number 15.
Yep.
10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Larry Fitzgerald did.
You're exactly right. Screen to Johnson out of the backfield. David Johnson. They have a pair of Johnsons. No relation in that Arizona backfield. The far left of the formation. Shotgun empty backfield. Palmer looking for Fitzgerald and finds him. So that's 165. consecutive games. Palmer able to escape trouble and delivers a strike to Brown, and that's a first down close to midfield. McPhee whipped. First down from the 45. Chris Johnson back in there and met head on at the line of scrimmage. First man there is McPhee. For most fans out there is Palmer on second down, and we'll call it 9. Looking down to Brown, and it's in and out of the hands, and another flag comes in, and Alan Ball cannot believe it.
Pass interference. Defense, number 24. Spot the foul. Automatic. First down.
When you watch the Cardinals play, you can see Bruce Arians' fingerprints all over this, because what he tells his quarterbacks.
38-yard penalty now on the other side against Ball. Chris Johnson cuts it back to the inside, and not much running room. Picks up
the defensive back.
Johnson once more. And stood up by McClellan right at the 10-yard line. Shea McClellan, the number 1 pick. Fake it to Johnson. Fitzgerald, a touchdown! Larry Fitzgerald, his first touchdown of this 2015 campaign.
This is ordinarily a tight end route, but Larry Fitzgerald with his size comes back into the tight end position, really. Tight formation, runs what we call a stick nod, a little out and up, and gets inside.
Statistically, as one of the all-time great receivers in the NFL. And the point after is good, although a flag is down across the field at the 15-yard line.
And he's a University of Pittsburgh graduate, too.
Outside on the defense. The 5-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. The points were good.
Here at Goose.
Well, I haven't made an appearance yet. I bet Goose has been on.
No.
That's through the back of the end zone. Timeouts remaining. Forte back in the game, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Cutler throws the interception, and that is Tony Jefferson sniffing the end zone. A touchdown. The most inopportune time, it seems, frequently.
Or how much of this is Jay Cutler with just a bad pass. See, it's behind Martellus Bennett. Jefferson's where he's supposed to be, but essentially gets a gift. Because if he puts it right where he's supposed to with Bennett, and that ball didn't come off his hand very well. You see that? See how it's twisting downward, Tony?
Yes, I do. I mean, Martellus Bennett was wide open. If he leads him a little bit, he could still be running.
And now the point after is right down the middle.
And Jay Cutler had to come back and become the starter again for the final game before Mark Trestman and staff were fired and to start over with John Fox.
Ariana's going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's out to the 20. Spins out of the tackle and brings it out to the 28-yard line. And a penalty flag is down right at the 21.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 49. 10-yard penalty. Chicago keeps the ball. First down.
Well, the Giants have just been ravaged with injuries during the preseason. You may remember they came to Cincinnati to practice for an entire
towards the half.
A 2:15 and counting, and they pitch it to Forte, cuts it back to the inside and up to the 20. It'll bring up third down and a yard. This will take us, or will it?
Stanton, but what 9-1, couldn't take it any farther than that. They believe with Carson Palmer, they're as good as anyone.
That's Corey Redding, 13-year veteran who jumped across the line of scrimmage.
And that drives coaches crazy, doesn't it? They call the timeout to set things up.
Encroachment. Defense, number 90. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Three receivers to the right, Forte in the backfield, and they're just going to hand it off. Forte, a good run. And slams his way up to the 39-yard line. Another Chicago first down. Appeared to get injured trying to make the tackle, and they're not going to throw it. Wow. the Cardinals were playing in the city of St. Louis. They're going to throw it here. Martellus Bennett, and a nice open field tackle made by Jefferson.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Yep, you call it. And they set up the screen, and Calais Campbell was not to be fooled. Second punt of the game for Patrick O'Donnell. Puts her right foot on it. J.J. Nelson fumbles the football. And the Chicago Bears have recovered.
J.J. Nelson's a 4.28 40-yard dash guy, but that does you no good if you don't secure the football. And I think, as you pointed out, he was thinking about using the 4.28 speed before the ball was secure in his mitts.
The injury to Cutler following the interception, returned for a touchdown, batted down at the line of scrimmage. Josh Morrow
being upset week 1 by Northwestern.
And this time it's the other side. It's like a pair of power forwards.
Easier for the defensive lineman to know when to jump.
Third down, blitz coming. Clausen turns it loose and nowhere near the intended target of Wilson. Boy, that's ugly, uglier, and ugliest. And now the field goal unit comes out.
Team's plays and scout team. That's where he gets most of his work. Toughest job in the NFL.
From 40 yards out, money in the bank. Robbie Gould. And a penalty flag is down. Hold on a minute now. A flag.
Offside. Defense. The 5-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Okay.
The field goal is good.
Let's see where the field position ends up.
Well, when Lasser through the back of the end zone, they'll get it at the 20. 5 receivers. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. And batted into the air. And it's intercepted by Jared Allen.
Jared Allen's been looking for something to get himself going. He comes from the three-point stance like the defensive end he always has been. And he gets his hands in the passing lane fundamentally. Look how he stays with it. Tracks it. Gets it out of the air.
Retain the backfield. Royal in motion on first down. And they put it in the hands of Royal. And he didn't get a block from Wilson. He bounces off a couple of tackles and is able to step out of bounds, stopping the clock. But you have been handed 2 gifts. Clausen gets it away. Forte shakes a tackler. He's inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Side Clausen. Early movement somewhere along that defensive front. Yep. I mean, the Cardinals are just completely blasting themselves right in the foot.
On infraction. Defense, number 32. Moved into the neutral zone, causing a reaction by the wide receiver, who is also protected. Half the distance to the goal. Still third down.
You saw at the top of your screen there.
And the I formation. And that is blown up right from the start by Tony Jefferson. 3 yards officially for goal. And it is good. A couple of turnovers, but only 6 points for Chicago. But very much in the game. Siragusa after this kick, which will be handled by Mariani. 8 yards into his own end zone. Big collision there on the kickoff, as there frequently is. Brought up to the 22. Players are injured, and we have a flag down. That was a collision right around the 10-yard line.
One of the players is Justin Bethel, who's gone to back-to-back Pro Bowls as a special
There is
team
no foul on the play for a block in the
player.
back. The contact is ruled to have been from the side.
15 of last year. That's when then head coach Mark Pressman benched Jay Cutler. And they're going to turn around and hand it off to Forte. And if you're the Arizona defense at this point, I mean, what else are you going to expect?
Probably I'm speculating a little, Tom. You know, he almost like, you know, fast walk right up the tunnel. Didn't see anything grabbing his hamstring or any kind of problem walking. So
Sacked back at the 15 is Clausen.
Greer's back now.
A third down and 15. Good protection. Clausen delivers, and it's intercepted. That is Patrick Peterson, the three-time Pro Bowl corner. He's been to 4 Pro Bowls overall. Richard Sherman for interceptions among all players in the NFL since Peterson came into the league. A first down rush for Johnson. Chris Johnson. Well, a very quiet first half. Gain a 4 on first down. They'll pitch it right back to Palmer. Look into the end zone. And it is a touchdown for Larry Fitzgerald. But there is a penalty flag as there's some pushing and shoving and fighting going on.
During the play, personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 92, low tackle into the pass. The result of the play is a touchdown. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff.
And this is one of those big strikes that Bruce Arians draws up.
Flea flicker.
And as Tony noted, Shea McClellan actually got it draped in, got the arm on Larry Fitzgerald. That's interference. But they just decided to keep the flag in the pocket because Fitzgerald caught the ball for the touchdown. But here's the penalty. Pernell McPhee going low.
Of course, he hurt his knee last year, and on a very similar play to that one, going all the way back to his Bengal days, the first series of that playoff game in 2005. And after the penalty, it's booted into the stand.
A big strike play drawn up by Bruce Arians and the offensive staff.
Third touchdown pass of the game by Carson Palmer. He's been intercepted 1 time.
Was the coordinator. They were aggressive. Todd Bowles, who's now the head coach of the Jets.
Yep.
And James Bettcher was on staff and has continued that tradition.
Yeah, he was the outside linebackers coach under Bowles.
False start, illegal snap, offense, number 64. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Will Montgomery with his version.
Yeah, that's some old school talk right there. A lot of people at home are saying, what are you talking about, man? You got to be at least 40 to understand that, I think.
Arizona's just bouncing around on defense. I don't think they respect Jimmy Clausen at all. They're just going to come after him.
Forte just gets whatever he can get. And he's up to the 27. The Bears will punt it away.
Run.
You know, the one thing they don't have, and really outside of the one season that Abraham had, was the big pass rusher, the game-changing pass rushers. Not to say they don't have those players on their roster. As this one is brought back up to the 20. Been on a roll. Duking it out with their in-state brethren, the Houston Astros.
Still getting used to that. The Astros being in the American League.
Well, and they don't like it in Houston. Good running room for Johnson on second down. He's up to close to the 35. That's where he needs to be for a first down. Gain of a couple of yards on first down again by Chris Johnson.
It's an excellent pickup for them in the offseason.
Palmer lets it fly for Floyd and defended, nearly caught on the tip by Floyd, but it's incomplete. Great coverage by Alan Ball. Bears coming after Palmer, who gets it away. And that is Larry Fitzgerald inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line.
Very impressed.
As you noted, he felt the pressure. Ball got out of his hand quickly, sharply to Fitzgerald.
I don't know if that's the guy you want to keep uncovered, though.
No, I don't want him to be the free
12
runner.
men on the field. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Palmer going to throw it on first down. Great protection this time. And once more looking for Fitzgerald. And once more the reception made inside the 15-yard line. Another first down.
To an open stretch and made Larry Fitzgerald go get it.
Chris Johnson dragged down by Will Sutton coming down the line of scrimmage to wrap him up. Short gain on first down. You bring it up, they have not had a runner eclipse over 700 yards over the last 3 years. A pitch to David Johnson, and he will find the end zone for the second time in a game. A 108-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And now the more conventional way. This guy has already scored in 3 touches of the ball in his career. A 55-yard touchdown catch, a kickoff return, and now a rushing attempt for a touchdown.
And every level got a block. Offensive line, and then at the second, there's Belvier, number 16, and then look at the end zone there.
So now the point after, 41-20. 42-20.
Tension at home.
Absolutely.
Right? You're locked in on a game.
Oh, yeah. Out of the back of the end zone with your number 2 quarterback in the game. And that is the story as Jimmy Clausen will throw on first down. And it's caught by Eddie Royal. Stays on his feet. A first down up to the 34.
Or bounced his head off of the turf. But chasing those big guys, he may have pulled a hammy.
Forte, good running room. Breaks it to the outside. And able to break another tackle and carries all the way down to the 38-yard line. First significant ball movement with Clausen in the game. And the carry is Jaquiz Rogers. There is a penalty flag down. That was good enough for a first down to the 25, but will it stand?
I doubt it. Actually, that's the umpire threw it.
Holding. Offense, number 62. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
So back him up to the 45-yard line. And Martellus Bennett shot down at the 39, so they pick up a pretty decent chunk of yardage after the penalty.
Happens to play on the offensive line. You gotta love him.
Tackled as he was trying to make the handoff by Frosty Rucker was Clausen. And very fortunate that Long was the one who found the football. Third down at 17 in the hands of Royal. And he's inside the 35 to the 33, which will leave them 4 or 5 yards short of a first down. Of course, he also came to watch his son.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He played for the Cardinals.
51-yarder, and it is good for Robbie Gould. Get some hits today.
Yeah, I would. The first possibility, I think I'd get him out. Drew Scan did a nice job for him last year before he was injured.
That time in the pocket and the speed of the receivers. I mean, that's a deadly combination.
You know, we were getting back, though, to something we were trying to talk about earlier, and that's the ability at the end of the day. So, you know, it's always fun in this day and age, Charles, to sling it around and touchdown passes. Tony chimed in as well, but
and the play action, that's when the big ones hit you downfield. So the more that they can run the ball, the better their passing game is going to be.
Third down and 3. They're going to throw it. Great protection. And it's incomplete.
Get too late.
False start. Offense, number 44. 5-yard penalty. Still fourth down.
15 penalties called on pass interference calls, which eventually led to Cardinal touchdowns. Really came to get that one. Mariani from the 40. Back upfield, crosses midfield, and caught from behind, but a nice return by Mariani. He's replaced an injured Jay Cutler, and there's another penalty.
False start. Offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Well, they overhauled the entire operation for a second time in 3 years. New general manager, new head coach, flag down again. Completed pass, and Bennett able to rumble forward, and he's inside the 45 to the 44, but again we wait on the penalty, which appears to be against Chicago. It would be the Bears' 12th.
Holding. Offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
This series began inside the 45 the other way. Cameron Meredith just activated for this one, makes a catch, his first of the day, and that'll be the final. Committed this many penalties for at least a total number of yards in a single game. Clausen nowhere near the intended receiver, Marquise Wilson. Good coverage out there by Minchell.
college?
Who are you talking to?
You.
Boy, you're something. Clausen sacked all the way back to the 35. Yeah.
And that was Marcus Golden who got him, who is a rookie from Missouri.
Charles, if you're wondering,
look at Golden on the pass rush there, taking Bushrod back. So Kareem Martin came from the other side, working on Kyle Long. This is a tough one because Martin got underneath Long and got him back to the quarterback.
Papa Bear stepped away after the 1942 year. Hartley, Hunk Anderson, Luke John, Michigan, downtown Chicago. And Carson Palmer still in there slinging it around and just throws it away on first down. Penalty flag down again. This one in the secondary. And I believe this is against Chicago, and if so, it may shatter the team
illegal
record.
Contact. Defense, number 24. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
No, they're not there yet. They're 5 yards short. You know, the amazing thing about that game we were referring to in 1944 against the Philadelphia Eagles. But the Bears had 170 penalty yards. They won that game 28-7. Well, it's interesting to note you talk about Driscoll as another penalty flag is down. When the Bears hired John Fox as their head coach this season, had NFL head coaching experience.
Outside, offense, number 11. The player lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Now, I get it as often. It's usually a big news story in the NFL.
Recent years, Mark Trestman, of course, he had head coaching experience in Canadian football.
Look at that.
And Mike Ditka, never been a head coach.
Again, get him a little work.
Of course, the two ways of looking at all of that is they're going to turn around and hand it to Johnson again. An excellent running room across midfield of the 45 is down twice. The opening week after his shoulder injury came back in the ACL. Obviously not getting any younger.
So we got to go back a ways.
11 minutes to play, and Palmer's going to keep throwing the football. And overthrows Johnson.
Man, I'll tell you, things have really changed.
But Tony, once the Turkey Bowl was over, if it was you or him to muscle your way to dig into the stuffing and the mashed potatoes, well, why not take a shot? When a team's committed 165 yards in penalties, you may as well give it a go.
Offense. 5-yard penalty, still fourth down.
And that's just a game rep of something you do in practice.
Well, there's going to be, wow, no penalty called, and the kicker was absolutely barreled over. The ball was downed inside the 5-yard line. We still have 10 minutes and 3 seconds. Most of the noon Central Time games is diving forward to avoid a safety as Clausen. Well, many of those that showed up, or at least a number of those in this sellout crowd, as every game is at Soldier Field, and made their way to the parking areas. Boyle spun out of bounds out to the 7-yard line. Clock will continue to roll as the Bears will punt it.
Buchanan, Rashad Johnson, Tony Jefferson, they all fit that mold of being able to play multiple positions in the secondary.
Peterson will let this one bounce. And then covered up at the 45-yard line. 42-23. Homer throwing. Finds Fitzgerald. And a catch to the 33-yard line. With Palmer throwing the ball, leading 42-23. And now looking to Fitzgerald for the end zone. The ball is broken up.
That unwritten code, hey, you got enough of a lead, right? Maybe. Or it's just the fact that they haven't played well today and they're frustrated.
Tony, you know, you've been down there. I mean, if you're on the Bears defense
and give up anything as a defense, but if it's not working out, you guys got to find a way to get it done.
That's very close to a first down. They needed to get to the 22-yard line. It looks like they're just short.
In a situation where your back against the wall.
But fourth down, they're going to throw it. And again, depending on the spot, they didn't need much. But they didn't get much.
That's not a problem with Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, he actually peeks to see where the little yard marker is to make sure he gets that first down on that catch.
Under 5 to go. We send it back to Los Angeles for a game break.
Talk about age all you want. He just ages gracefully.
He had a pair of 100-yard receiving games a season ago. He had 2 the year before that. And here we are in week 2.
To Pittsburgh, by the way, just to let you know that.
That'll be another Arizona first down inside the 10-yard line.
He's got to have it tonight.
Yep, absolutely.
Fitzgerald trying to find the end zone for the 3rd time, and he does! Larry Fitzgerald would not be denied. He took on Terrence Mitchell one-on-one and said, take that, his 3rd touchdown of the game.
How about how Fitzgerald catches the ball, lays the wood to Terrence Mitchell with the straight arm. Look at this. Will not be denied reaching out for the touchdown. And then at the end, did you see the compassion afterwards? Larry Fitzgerald helped Terrence Mitchell up and gave him a hug like, hey, you tried. But during the time of the play, I'm going to get what I need.
Mitchell had him at the 5, and Larry just wouldn't be denied, like Tom said.
And the point after is no good. But the story today is Larry Fitzgerald on the line. NFC Championship January 2009, sending the Cardinals to their first trip to the Super Bowl.
9-9.
Man, I wouldn't know him if he walked in his booth, but I guess I'll see him tonight. There's a catch made up to the 42-yard line. Our game today produced by Mark Titleman, directed by Greg Scopatone, Spotter, and Tom Barbary, our statistician. Catch made, and Martellus Bennett inside the 40. And that'll take us, or it should, unless that'll stop the clock. Lawson for the injured Jay Cutler. That's a good throw right there. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. That is a catch. I guess they're taking a look at that last play to see A, if it was a catch, and B, was it good enough for a first down.
See Marquise Wilson going up for the football. Comes down.
Nope.
And it's the process of the catch right all the way through, correct?
Correct.
He comes down both feet. Really didn't have a chance to make that so-called football move because of the tackle.
After reviewing the play, the rule of the field is confirmed. The receiver caught the ball, got 2 feet down and his left knee before the ball was knocked out. Arizona's charge is 2nd timeout.
Clean it up a little bit. It's a tough one. Bottom line is, whatever you do when you catch the ball, don't let it go. It's that simple. Don't let it go.
False start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
In his pro career was in the NFC Championship of January 09. Incomplete. Well, they're blitzing Lawson, and he gets it away just before taking a big hit.
So hopefully they're getting closer.
I mean, they're going against 2 quarterbacks who they get rid of the ball really quick, make quick decisions, but you got to get in there and
blitz coming after Clausen. Off the back foot, airs it out for the end zone, and it's incomplete. He had an open Eddie Royal. And now taking a knee is Palmer. You know, for the Bears, Charles, it doesn't get any easier. I mean, they have not beaten a playoff team, a team that made the playoff.
You just look, oh, okay, we can play with them right now. They've got some work to do as well.
0-2, both losses at home for the 2nd time in franchise.